Mass Media.
Welcome to a once-in-a-lifetime experience like never before.
Presented by Mass Media.
A show filled with laughter, knowledge, and also transparency. It's a journey of diving into the unknown
And turning it into the known.
turning the uncomfortable into comfortable. I'm your host, Mr. Wowzer, and welcome.
Let the beat rock.
To the Doty Connection.
Welcome back to TDOC. I am your host, Mr. Wowzer. Wowzer. Yeah, look at you dropping stuff. I'm back with another episode doing a special series I like to call the TDOC Spotlight, where I give a spotlight, admiration, and congratulations to people who make great contributions to anything they do. I'm specifically doing the phenomenal retailer, Marching Ash, with a new guest host, Kayla Bass.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here with y'all today.
Yes, thank you for joining at such late notice. First, before I do anything, let me give a farewell and a wishes to my last co-host, Bree. She got hired for a job in the cannabis industry, so she's going to take a break from the show. She's like a sister to me. I'm a thoroughly miss her until she come back. So congratulations again, sis. I wish you all the best. And let's go ahead and get into it. This podcast is powered by Ola's Media and Cannacraft, and my special guests are two powerful women in the cannabis space. These women contribute so much to the industry while maintaining and sustaining their personal lives, which isn't easy to do. Now, my special guests will be right back after this.
Wowzer. I'm on go. Yeah, it's about that. I'm with special guests and we. You know, right after that is by.
Oh, God.
Hey, you know that it's about that.
It's time for our special guest.
Now, my special guests are Brindley, who is a special projects manager, and JQ, who is the head of apparel and merchandise. Brindley, JQ, how you guys doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. JQ.
Things are really good. Thanks. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. So welcome to TDOC. You guys are part of a different format of this show, so it's going to be a lot more formal and still fun. So let's go ahead and get to the questions, right? Brindley, special projects manager. How was life growing up for you in Roswell, Georgia?
It was a little difficult, not gonna lie. Moved there when I was 9 years old after my mom got remarried. So new kid, new place, never a fun time. But I ended up making some lifelong friends. There's still a couple ladies that I met when I was 9 that I still talk to today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah. It's outside of Metro Atlanta, so much different culture than San Diego.
Oh, I believe it. Atlanta is something else. Like literally, Columbus is too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Columbus is a different. You know what's funny about Columbus? Like, it's right next to Alabama. So when you leave a certain part of Columbus, it's like Georgia time. And then when you get down the street, it's Alabama time.
Yep.
So you'll be confused on timing like crazy out there. I was like, God, like, I was jet lagged out the ass. I'm not even going to lie. So, yes.
All right. Well, JQ, can you tell us how was life for you growing up in Boston?
Growing up in Boston was really great. I was definitely a city kid. So I think it has definitely shaped me for who I am today. A lot of hustle, bustle. And it was really nice to grow up in a space that had a lot of diversity, and a lot of history. Boston, if you've never been, I really recommend it. It's a beautiful, beautiful city.
Definitely. So moving to San Diego, was it a big transition for you?
Yes and no. I made a pit stop in Chicago for 5 years. So I've just slowly been making my way west. But San Diego, it's still a coast. So I still have like the ocean and those vibes, but it's definitely a way more laid back pace.
Right. East Coast versus West Coast. Totally different vibes.
But I love it here
on.
and I don't see myself leaving anytime
That's
soon.
what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Now, Brindley, before I segue to you, I want to ask JQ, how come you don't have the Boston native accent?
I'm first generation American Dominican.
Right.
So I grew up mainly speaking Spanish. So I think that just has a lot to do with like not having an accent,
accent, right,
because
so you can
my
enunciate.
household didn't have one.
Oh, wow.
But I do have words, and you'll hear them here and there, and people pick up on them and they laugh at me for it. So they're there.
I mean, same thing for you too, Brindley. Like, you have a Georgia vibe. You're very friendly and all that, but you don't have the accent.
I don't.
Yeah.
I only attribute that to growing up in Metro Atlanta. Not a lot of Southern accents in Metro Atlanta.
Very
as
true.
soon as you get outside of Atlanta,
Yeah, it's very country.
it changes drastically. And
Yeah.
drive 45 minutes in any direction, and there it is. But my family has accents, so if I'm hanging with them, you'll hear it come out.
That's what happens every time, I go home, y'all go home. It's like the accent comes out. You can't help it. You're surrounded by it.
Where are you from again?
Missouri.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shout
I'll
out
let
to
it slip out
Missouri.
sometimes.
So we're all
My mom's from St.
transplants.
Louis.
Yeah.
Shout out to Missouri. So,
Yeah.
what inspired your move to San Diego, Brindley?
That was a long journey. By the time I was 17, I'd lived in 3 different states. And what inspired me to come to San Diego actually came from a place of deep unhappiness. Me and my partner were just really unhappy with the work we were doing and not sure what to do next, how to make a career for ourselves, or what we even wanted to do. So we made this plan to sell all our belongings and live out of a car and travel around the United States for as long as we could. So we saved for over a year. And ironically, in that time, we've both found jobs that we loved. So we actually had a moment that we had to come together and say, are we still going to do this? Or what?
Are we gonna, right?
So we decided to push forward, because this might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So we lived out of our car for about a year. Lived in Colorado for 8-9 months in the wintertime, working at a resort, and then eventually landed in San Diego.
That's incredible. It's like a movie. Like, when you think about that process to even get there, I know it even feels like a movie. Like, okay, if I made the one wrong move right here, I probably wouldn't have this domino effect, right? But you made the right decisions. Hello. So, could you walk us through the public view of cannabis in Georgia at the time you were growing up?
Oh, yeah. It was, I mean, to put it bluntly, it was pretty much like you were dealing with heroin. That's the perception I got. Any sort of drugs was just that high. It's super dangerous. You can't go anywhere near it. It's the gateway drug. I was scared straight until I was 17, 18. And even the first time I smoked, I still remember being terrified.
Right, panic. But you know what? Before you ask JQ that question, Kayla, I think it's a fortunate and unfortunate thing. It's pros and cons when you do a lie like that. Because when you tell kids that it's a gateway drug, yes, tell the kids that. But I would rather you tell me, alcohol, wait until you're grown and then you can have it. I think it should be the same thing for cannabis, but that's just my opinion for OLA's purposes. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but I am thankful that they did tell us, because we have the dare assemblies too out here. And there was a lot of misinformation in there.
Yeah, I would have just appreciated education, not scare tactics.
Yeah, if that's not the nature of education, I think it was like that for me too. I was so scared to touch marijuana, and I did not like my friends that did it, and I feel like I would scold them too.
Look at
You was
us now.
the scolder, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, JQ, what was it like then for you? What was the cannabis scene like, and how was it regarded in Boston?
And Chicago, because you lived
right.
out there too.
Yeah. So in Boston, I don't know. It was weird because my mom got remarried when I was in a transitional age. So we went from living into the city to the suburbs. So up until I was 13 or 14, I was in the city. And it's weird because I was very much my age, drugs, none of that stuff was even on the radar. I was a very, I guess, maybe a naive child. It was the suburbs that really was where these kids were moving a little bit faster than you would expect them to. And I think it's straight out of boredom. So I will say the first time I ever smoked weed, I was in 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Mom. And it was definitely a peer pressure thing, but it wasn't I did it every weekend all the time type of situation. Right. I definitely became more of a consumer of cannabis once I moved to Chicago. I had a really awesome delivery system setup out there, which was great. You'd have this guy come over on a bicycle, open up a suitcase, you pick what you want, edibles, weed, whatever. And that was great. And I preferred it because alcohol and I just don't have a good relationship, as in like I always get super sick.
Oh, wow.
No matter how little or how much I drink, it just like doesn't settle well with me. So I definitely always gravitated towards cannabis way more. So my experience, I guess, was just a little bit different. We had Dare, and like there are other drugs and stuff that like for the longest time I was like, no. But for whatever reason, cannabis was just like not one of those for me. Yeah.
I think that's an interesting like linear connection as well. Like we were talking about that. All of us as kids were looking at it, well, it can't be that bad. Now I see coke and heroin and meth. I'm like, oh, I know that's hard. But for some reason, something in my biology was like, but this thing, I'll see what it's like when I'm older.
Right.
I was scared too. I've never shared this story before, but I was super scared to try cannabis too because I had bad asthma as a kid. Never thought I would be a smoker at all. Until one day, my cousin, I was 15, put me on a joint. His mom used to put it in the mailbox, Southeast on Elm Street. And we watched Get Rich or Die Trying that night, and I laughed my ass off the whole movie.
Right.
That's not even a movie you laugh at.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's that first pot experience where everything is just so funny. The first time I smoked weed, I remember my stomach being sore because I was laughing so hard the night before.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, about what, though, right?
Who knows? Yeah. I was like in an ice storm, so we were all like kind of locked up in the apartment. It was like in college. I didn't smoke weed till I was 21. And yeah, it was during an ice storm. So we had nothing to do. We smoked weed and rode out the ice storm, and it was fun.
She's actually one of the only guests that smoked weed at an appropriate age. So congratulations to you.
There we go.
Now, Brindley, I want to segue to you and your art, because one thing a lot of us learn about you is that you're an amazing artist and a phenomenal painter. So do you remember the first time you fell in love with art?
A really long time ago. I'm kind of lucky in that way. I went to an elementary school. It was a Montessori school, and they really, they were very craft art forward. It was a part of our curriculum every year. So every year we'd have a different major art project. And so I just kind of kept with that. And when I remember being upset moving to public school after we moved back to Georgia, that I couldn't take art all the time. It was an elective, and I had to do certain things first before going to art class. But I took a drawing and painting class in high school, and then in college I didn't take any classes, but I picked it up as my hobby and just paint. Acrylic paint is what I like messing with.
Nice.
My current style I fell in during COVID, needed a COVID hobby. But I've had a lifelong love of art and creating.
I do have a Genie Blue tray that I roll up on at the crib that she gave me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love Genie Blue. So,
right. And well, for you, JQ, do you remember the first moment that piqued your interest in fashion?
I would say, honestly, it's my mom. Like, being Latina, there's always this makeup, hair, outfit. Like, we never wore the same dress to any occasion type situation. So I think that's kind of where it started. But then I've always been into like pop culture and all of that stuff. I just loved like America's Next Top Model.
Right.
So just like supermodels, stuff like that. I just like the aesthetics. It's part of art as well. Like,
absolutely.
I agree.
Style, definitely. It evolves. It comes back around, and it tells a story. And so I think like just I always have liked being on the pulse of that, of just like knowing what's coming into fashion, but then also what's unique to you and what staples you're going to take and then make it your own. So
well explained, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So, Brindley, do you or would you agree that art and cannabis have a great chemistry or duality together?
Definitely. Yeah, without question, honestly.
Nice. Nice. Could you give us a why? In your opinion.
In my opinion, I don't know. It just allows me to just completely let go of any other thought. I can smoke a bowl and start painting, and I can be doing that for hours. And it's a like creative feel. I get relaxed. I just am more in tune with myself, I feel like.
Right. It's like a singular focus once you're on it. Well explained.
And for you, JQ, how does fashion and cannabis go together? What's that duality like for you?
To me, it's kind of, like I said, it's all together. I think it's part of just the culture. Like if you just think of even music, for instance, hip hop, there's a lot of cannabis in that. But also when you look at hip hop, they influence so much fashion. Yeah. So that all just kind of goes hand in hand. But then if you look at the wellness now, people are really embodying cannabis into the wellness industry. And now the wellness, like everyone wants to dress very athleisurely. And so I think that you can also combine cannabis with that, whether it just be like making clothes out of hemp, which is one thing, or like if it's doing a style jacket that has like a little secret pocket for a J or a little secret pocket for a J in your hat. Like you can also combine fashion that way. But aesthetics, fashion, cannabis have always gone hand in hand, I feel like.
I fully agree with that. That was well explained. So, Brindley, March and Ash, what inspired your decision to work here?
Actually, my husband. I came from the hospitality industry. I've been working in restaurants since I was 15. Obviously, COVID had a giant impact on that.
Yeah. So we're talking 2020.
2020. I was bagging to-go food for 9 hours a week. Not very satisfying in any regard. And my husband just said, well, why don't you apply for jobs in weed? And I was like, well, there's no way. I don't have enough experience. He's like, but you love weed.
That's experience enough.
And I was like, and it was for March and Ash. I applied, and our old recruiter, Ashley Morton.
Shout out Ashley Morton. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. She hired me, and sure enough, in my interview, she was like, so I see you have 10 years of cannabis experience. Tell me about that. And I was like, well, that's my personal experience. I was like, that is me.
You're like,
that is
I've
me
got a
smoking. And she said, yeah, tell me about that.
That's Ashley for you.
It's like, okay, sure.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So, March and Ash, you've been here for a hot minute.
Yeah, since the very beginning.
I love it. You're one of our OGs. What inspired your decision? What inspired your decision to join March and Ash?
My story is like pretty similar to Brindley's. I was in the restaurant industry for 15 years before this, and I was working at March and Ash part-time because when I first moved out here, I went to another dispensary and was like, oh, this is actually like a full-blown business, like retail. And so I saw a sign March and Ash was opening, and I was like, you know what? I smoke enough weed that I would like it at a discounted price. So I'm going to apply to work at March and Ash part-time. And I was here for 2 years part-time, and then COVID happened, and I decided to just take the leap and the pay cut and come to March and Ash full-time. But slowly behind that, I got promoted, and it was great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And interestingly, cannabis dispensaries were still open during pandemic. Exactly. We were an essential business. So
Trump made that executive order. Even we were open when I was at the illegal shops. So when nobody was outside, I was definitely outside a long time. So that's very interesting. But look, Kayla, we got to pay some bills real quick, right?
Let's do it.
We're going to finish this interview after we pay some bills. Let's go.
Their brand.
Cannabis award-winning brand portfolio is the convergence of industry expertise, cutting-edge technology, and the belief that cannabis has the power to transform lives for the better. California's most robust brand portfolio offers hundreds of cannabis products masterfully crafted by leading cannabis researchers and scientists.
Their products.
Formulated in easy-to-use applications in a variety of doses and cannabinoid profiles, Cannabis products are highly customizable to meet their customers' unique needs. Designed with diverse segments of cannabis users in mind, Cannabis Profiles ensures that whatever the cannabis need may be, Cannabis has a product to address it. Cannabis products. Don't believe me? Just listen to what Forbes had to say about Cannabis.
This cannabis facility in Santa Rosa, California is the coolest tour you'll take all year.
Cannabis has products you can consume in so many ways. So many ways, so many ways.
Welcome back. We're doing the TDOC Spotlight on March and Ash. I'm here with JQ and Brindley and JQ, with my guest host, Kayla Bass. Now, JQ,
Yeah.
we're doing a switcheroo. Have you had a project that broadened the boundaries of your creativity in regards to merch and apparel?
A project that has, I would say, honestly, anytime we have to do like large scale collaborations with brands, that always definitely helps with the creative process. I love our large scale displays that we get to do at some of our shops. It's input and work with not only the other brand, but then my take on it as well. So collaboration's always great. And I would say just any design I'm trying to think of to stay current is always a challenge, because we're not thinking of the current season, we're thinking of the following season or even two seasons ahead. So it's summer, I'm already thinking about fall and winter. So
The turn, you remember turn? Did you come up with that idea, the jogger suit with the hat?
We collaborated on that for sure. So they sent me their initial designs. I gave them my feedback and my edits, and that's usually how that works. Any brand that comes with us and wants to do a collaboration, I'm never going to be the first one. I want to see what they send to us, because it's their brand and they're investing in us. And so I'm not going to take away like their identity in any way, shape, or form, but I do want to enhance and make sure that March and Ash aesthetic is in that.
Right, for brand awareness.
Yeah, so that's what I do. It's like, I like to say I'm more of like an editor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good job. I love those suits. Love it.
Brindley, can you tell us about some of your favorite contributions you've made to March and Ash?
Yeah. Man. I would say probably the contributions related to our union workers and their CBA, the childcare program, subsidized childcare program, and our education assistance program. I came in after the childcare program was set in place. My predecessor, Maddie Layton, had a lot to do with that.
Shout out to Maddie.
We miss Maddie. But the education program, I worked directly with Dr. Brady and the union to get that in place. And it's literally a reimbursement program for all of our employees to any sort of education they're going for, whether it's cosmetology school, yoga teacher training. I'm trying to think of specifics that we've had come through, but people going to SDSU for anything, we give them up to $500 a year and reimbursement. So.
Right. So aside from the obvious, why are those contributions so important? And especially as it relates to, the cannabis industry, why is it so great that we have a union?
I think it's great for employee retention and to establish employees who really want to be here and establish a career for themselves and not have to move around. Retail jobs are hard. Retail jobs are typically lower paying and they have difficult hours. The child care program allows parents to have more flexible hours. The child care program allows them to stay here because they have subsidized child care coming for their kids. If you want to build a career outside of this industry, then that's what the education is there for. So we're encouraging people to stay, but also if you want to spread your wings and fly, that too.
That's amazing. Yeah.
You don't really hear that with a lot of companies, right?
No.
They're usually like gung-ho, I'm about to hold you forever until I let you go.
Yeah.
But here they're like, look, we love that you're here. We appreciate your work. We understand you might have a different career idea or move here.
Yeah,
Here's a ticket.
Most of our employees are so young, under 30. So
yeah, right. Hey, don't be telling our age on there. Okay, I am 23.
I give a range, but yeah, it's important, I think, for people to see a company that's invested in them in every way, shape, and form.
Nice, sis. Yeah, that was a great way to answer that. Now, my last question.
Okay.
My last one. What's next for JQ?
The future, I have to live in the present right now. Like, I'm evolving and bettering myself, taking courses, always learning. Would I love to stay with March and Ash forever? Yes. But, it's kind of like wherever the involvement goes is where I'm going to go as well. I think it's just, I don't know, the future is endless. This has opened up so many opportunities for me, as in first myself, knowing that I'm capable to actually do something from the ground up with zero direction, to be completely honest, and be self-motivated and learn and push myself. And So I think just investing more in myself within these next 5 years and seeing what that does for me is where JQ is going to go next.
Incredible.
But I would also like to be on a beach with a margarita in my hand.
Hey, hello, we ain't mad at
Can't
you. Okay?
complain,
She
yeah.
said in a hammock too. Okay.
For you, Brindley, what's next? What's on the radar for your future?
Well, specifically with March and Ash, I am happy to announce that I just accepted a promotion.
Woohoo!
So
Congrats.
I am now Director of Executive Operations.
That's what's up.
Hey, we got
Yay.
that on air.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Sorry, I touched the mic. I'm sorry. That's the only time.
So with that, I just hope to learn from my executive team, absorb, get new skills, and progress in this business life that I honestly never thought I was going to be a part of, and develop there. Anything else, really just kind of mimicking what JQ said and just doing what's best for me. I'm also kind of hoping to seek further education for myself in whatever manner that means. But I want to be doing more art. I want to push myself to be in more events this year. I've already talked to somebody about maybe putting my art in their hair salon.
Amazing.
Oh, nice.
So things like that. And to, again, mimic JQ, the margarita on the beach. But with that is just more travel. I have more travel planned this year, next year. That's my biggest passion in life is travel.
Same.
Nice. Congratulations on the new position too.
Thank
That's
you so
incredible.
much.
Yes. And I think all of us can agree. I know for me, I didn't think this is the highest on top of the ladder in any like establishment I've ever been. Ever. So first off, I want to thank March and Ash for that opportunity, right? You put people that you really believe that have talent and really invest in them to really flourish and thrive in that talent. And then you put them in a position that, I mean, you think about it, but when you acquire it, it's like, okay, now I'm in the dream. So how do I keep the fantasy alive, right? Man, two of the most powerful women in this industry. I am going to thank you guys for your contributions. I am going to thank you guys for the sacrifices because it's not easy managing a personal life and be corporate at all. And that's me speaking as a father that's fully involved with my kids. And I'm like, dog, how the fuck do they do this shit? But you know what Brett said? If you put your armor on and your shield and your sword every day, then you're coming to fight. And I was like, damn, I never heard it like that before. But for some reason, that makes sense to me. So thank you guys again for your contributions, your loyalty and respect. You guys are getting it all from TDOC. I got a game show I would like for you guys to join. Are you guys cool with that?
Let's do it.
Yes, Kayla is enjoying. And we'll be right back after this. Let's go.
Welcome to the game show. TDOC's Yay or Nay, 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 Yay or Nay.
Welcome back. I am back with JQ, Brindley, and my guest host, Kayla. We're going to play TDOC's Yay or Nay game. Now, this game show has to do with and or and type things like yay or nay. I'm going to ask you guys a simple question, and it's like a yes or no. You don't have to explain why unless you want to. And let's just kick it off. I'm ready to do this.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to ask all of you guys, and you guys can answer in whatever order. Hot or cold?
Hot.
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 Okay. Android or Apple?
Apple.
Android.
Apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Chicken all the way.
Nice.
Both.
Yes, that is a choice. I need to say that. You can choose both. AirPods or Beat headphones?
AirPods.
Beat headphones.
Yeah, I got the beats.
Oh, okay. Wine or champagne?
They both give me headaches. But wine, if I had to pick.
Champagne.
Why?
Nice. Love or lust?
Love.
Love.
Yeah, we all believe in love.
I was about to say, if anybody said lust on here, they're going to look super crazy on it. Purified or spring water?
Purified.
I need a water taste test first.
I got you on it.
Okay.
I got you on it.
Purified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect or transparency?
Respect.
I know that's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
It really is.
Honestly, I'll take transparency.
Blue's Clues or Dora the Explorer?
Oh, Blue's Clues.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Dora has a special place in my heart. I watched it a lot with my sister. Every episode, literally.
I think I was more of a Blue's Clues kid. But
Steve.
I was with Steve.
Yeah, totally.
I think it's also our ages are showing, but
I know.
Bernstein Bears or Berenstein Bears?
Berenstein Bears.
I probably said Bernstein.
I said Bernstein. Too.
Okay.
That's called the Mandela effect.
There we go.
Might be an East Coast thing.
I am. Daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
I used to be such a nighttime person, but now it's daytime.
That's our age showing again, perhaps.
Yeah.
Daytime.
Also, I would also say it's like the change from being in the restaurant industry, like just the change of life in general. Because I was a little night gremlin for sure.
Yeah. And I don't miss them, but I'm glad I had those nights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Got one tea over here, huh?
Solo over here.
Money, or okay, let me say it like this: physical money or credit card.
Physical money.
Good job.
Yeah, I like that cash.
Yeah, I like that cash.
Same.
Yeah. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm like a lifelong flixer.
Yeah.
At the age of 9.
Oh, from the DVD days.
Oh, yeah.
DVDs. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I know.
Mailed in a box. Trump or Biden? Polarizing one.
I'll say it. Biden.
Okay.
Yeah, Biden too.
Nice. How would I say it? Light liquor or dark liquor? She's excluded because she gets sick.
No,
But
it's
if you-
okay. Tequila.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was going to say tequila or Hennessy, but
Yeah, tequila. Light
No.
liquor for me.
yes, Blanco.
Light for me too.
Yes. And that's it.
What do you end it on? We're going to end it on.
And you guys did great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What did you guys think of the game?
It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's fun. You could do kind of more like some, like bringing in kind of like more recent events too, or just kind of current trends, you know?
Like something that's going
like
off in the
pop culture.
Yeah,
like
there
that.
you go.
But I want to thank you guys for joining the show again. You guys did amazing. Kayla, I want to thank you as well. And all my listeners for you guys' continued support. I'm going to take it to one of my records called Double Up and Double Back, produced by Larry June's producer, Blade D. Trilla out in Russia. Very, very proud of the project. The project's called I Thou Shall Wow. Again, thank you to Ola's Media and Kennecraft. And we are out.
The ignition, I'm back on my mission, so gon' leave them winded. Attentive to anything that's recollecting digits. When I step on new land, I reminisce when I was a misfit. I keep the trauma close to me so demon time can switch quick, Hold your head high, give a damn about a doubt. Keep your standards very high, watch your words, they hold power. Gotta grow tough skin, there's gonna be a lot of hate. Remember what you do this for, maintain it, don't break. If you create a place for the fake, they'll be dragging ya. But like Tupac said, I ain't mad at you. Watch you entertain the back, so miraculous. Numbers like you study calculus, you double back. Let it out, change your route, run it up, double back. Drop it down to the flow, baby girl, you got back. Locked in with the money, always stay about your back. Double up, double back.
Hey, come on, let's get down. Come on, let's get down.
Big money play, tell me, is you with it? Cash everywhere, so many ways to split it. Nipsey Hussle told a to double up. If it's a 2-point conversion, only options run it up and double. Back. Plan it out, change your route, run it up, double. Back. Drop it down to the flow, baby girl, you got back. back. Locked in with the money, always stay about your back. Double up, double back. You gotta appreciate the value in the small things. Loyalty can blind you, don't catch yourself in the wrong scene. Addicted to the grind, till I'm at the top of the nosebleed. Ambition in my eyes, catching no sleep like I'm a dope fiend. It's a crazy race when you start dream chasing. So many finish lines, no time for celebrations. Take your shot, don't waste your time and be impatient. Cause you could be the one that's Neo in this Matrix.
Cause you could be the one that's Neo in this Matrix. Cause you could be the one that's Neo in this Matrix.
Let's get down.
Cause you could be the one that's Neo in this Matrix.
Let's get down. You feel me?
Thanks for listening to the Doty Connection. Be sure to follow and subscribe whenever you listen to your podcasts. To read the blog associated with this episode, visit olismedia.com. This episode was produced in studios located in San Diego, California. Lena Alvarez is co-producer. Serving as executive producer and co-founder is JC Polk, and Chad Peace is president and co-founder. Olas Media is an IVC media company.
Olas Media.